before we get further into that, I saw something wonderful on Twitter earlier. I want to share with you. Tim Pool tweeted. Now, normally this is a terrible thing because Tim Pool is very, very unintelligent. But for once, Tim Pool tweeted something passably reasonable. Someone posted some pic of Bernie Sanders looking silly in like the business class or first class or whatever of a flight. This dude looks, I don't know, very angry. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, there's Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders looks like, he looks scared. I don't know. Hey, you thought this guy's going to beat him to death? I don't know. But anyway, here they are. And apparently this is a controversy for Bernie Sanders to be near the front of a plane. And Tim Pool said this: Bernie should absolutely fly first class. Campaigns are an insane amount of work, and when you fly that often, it becomes hard to stay rested. He probably has status, which gets him free first class too. I fly first all the time, otherwise it would be impossible to keep working. So this is what we might describe as a reasonable take. Bernie Sanders is a senator of the United States of America who is running for a political campaign. It is near Super Tuesday. The amount of... I have never worked as hard in my life as Bernie Sanders is working right now. Not even close, you know. There's literally no reason. Literally no reason why Bernie... What's Super Tuesday? A big primary voting day. Why Bernie Sanders shouldn't be flying however he feels comfortable, you know? Mention where you got the t-shirt. Just type !goods in chat, comrade. But anyway, if we go down, we get a peek into a world that is indescribable to me. Okay? It is the world of Tim Pool's fans, who are, believe it or not, stupider than he is. Because Tim Pool, as unfathomably Neanderthalic as he is, at least found a way to make money off of his low IQ. Look at this. He can fly private for all I care, but he should stop preaching climate change and how normal people have to sacrifice while he enjoys the perks. Can somebody find for me a statement in Bernie Sanders' 2020 presidential campaign where he says normal people shouldn't be able to fly? Could anyone find that for me? Can anyone bring that up for me? Remember what I said about reactionaries never having arguments, so they vaguely gesticulate at imagined hypocrisy when there is none, and that's how they think they prove a point? Look at this. He can fly there's so many things to say here. He can even fly private. He should stop preaching climate change. What does it mean to preach climate change? Again, I know we're dealing with the reactionary sphere here, but climate change is a thing that's happening. He should stop preaching climate, like in general? Like stop, like, what does it mean to preach it? Like to rehearse the consensus of scientific data? How normal people have to sacrifice while he enjoys the perks. They always talk about this too. Now, I should point out, by the way, even if Bernie Sanders did say people should cut down on their airline usage, which is probably a good thing that we should all do. We should ride more trains. Even if he did say that, like, very directly, I think Bernie Sanders would agree if there was ever a time where it was okay for people to fly around the country, it would be when you're a fucking 100-year-old man who is a senator of the United States of America, who is campaigning. Most people in Bernie's position fly private. You realize that, right? Do you think Hillary Clinton was getting on public jets? Do you think Mike Bloomberg is getting on public jets? Do you think any of these people are using commercial airlines? Bernie Sanders is Bernie Sanders is just flying as a regular fucking dude. Bernie Sanders takes the metro. He's a millionaire. He could get private flights if he wanted to. He doesn't. He flies public because he's a normal fucking person. You can, guys, I'll tell you this. I'm very much a part of the satanic globalist, global warming agenda, the cabal. I will say this. No matter who you are, if you are a senator of the United States of America, and you are running for a presidential campaign, it is okay for you to take planes like every other human being does. I'm taking a plane in like 2 weeks. or 3 weeks to go to fucking California to debate Destiny. I will be using the same amount of fucking carbon emissions as Bernie Sanders. Flying in first class doesn't mean you like take up, like you magically expend more CO2 or something. You're just on the front of you just get bigger seats. And he's a senator. Will I be flying business? Nah, I'm cheap. I fly economy. But it gets worse. He shouldn't rail about the privilege of the rich like he does then. The problem is the hypocrisy. Always has been. This is what I mean. Vaguely gesticulate a hypocrisy. What is the hypocrisy? What is the hypocrisy? When has Bernie Sanders ever said that you shouldn't be able to fly planes? When? When has that ever been said? No, nobody has said that. Maybe some people have said that. I certainly haven't said this. Some people need to fly planes. You know who's a great demographic for plane flying? United States senators who are running presidential campaigns. Just a nonsense argument, but to them this is hypocrisy. Bernie Sanders flying in a plane is hypocrisy. Interesting concept. Someone might be working harder than someone else and thus deserves more perks/accommodations. Unfortunately, that's not how things work under communism. We are all equal. All of our work gets the same treatment, the same rewards. I see this dipshit like gotcha take every time. This is like the most common take you get anytime you're talking about a leftist, you know? A leftist could be like oh, somebody punched me. And some fucking numbskull in the chat will be like, shame. If only the ACAB type leftists hadn't advocated for the abolition of all police. Listen up, honey. If you don't want them, you don't need to have them, but you better suffer the consequences. Oh, hey guys, I got robbed at Penn Station. Communists. You claim to want redistribution of wealth, but then you complain when wealth is redistributed. They do this every single time. By not understanding what communism is, they have an infinitely malleable tool that they can use to, again, in their heads, accuse leftists of hypocrisy. Because since they don't know what it is, it can be anything for them. And if it can be anything, and usually in their heads it's a very stupid thing, they can impugn left-leaning people for anything. It's so much easier than making a point, guys. You never have to make a point. All you have to do is imagine what your opponent believes, and then imagine another contradictory thing they believe, and then make fun of them for the two things they don't actually believe. Hey, Hunter Avalon, my good friend. Happy birthday, Vosh. Did you happen to see the insane amount of drama going on between me and Liberty Hangout? No, I haven't seen any of that, actually. I'll check it out as soon as I'm done complaining about Tim Pool's fans. Hope it's been going well for you. And happy Valentine's Day. I hope you and the missus are doing well. Anyway, Tim Pool said, I don't think this is a big deal. I agree, but Bernie doesn't. Because Bernie has apparently said, at some point, unbeknownst to me, I wasn't aware. I've read up on his campaign policies. I didn't know that people shouldn't fly planes. The problem isn't flying first class. It's the hypocrisy. This is every single tweet! Every single tweet is not making a point, but accusing them of hypocrisy for an imagined inconsistency in their belief. This is the entire conservative mind. These are NPCs. These people aren't human. These are not human beings. I refuse to believe these are human beings. They don't know. Guys, for one, if on a philosophical level, calling somebody out for hypocrisy does not actually mean you're arguing against their point, even if they actually are being hypocritical. If a person's being hypocritical, that doesn't mean they're wrong. If a person, for example, is really, really opposed to animal cruelty, but still is totally fine with the meat-like industry, that is a hypocritical position, but that doesn't mean they're wrong in saying you shouldn't be cruel to animals. But that's only if there's a real hypocrisy, which there is not here. But this is how their minds work. They don't need to form the arguments. He either needs to change his seat or change his message. Yes! Because Bernie Sanders has campaigned on how you can never fly first class. Bernie Sanders has implemented strict airline proposals, which would make it such that nobody can fly anywhere near the front of the plane, and their chairs, the seats in which they must be of an appropriately small size. You can't have too much legroom. Bernie Sanders has been very, very, very clear about this in his campaign proposals. And here he is, sitting in a seat with legroom, I assume. Look, his knee isn't even touching the back of the seat in front of him. This is diametrically opposed to what Bernie Sanders has advocated for. He was very clear that when you are flying, your knee must touch the back of the seat in front of you. You dislike capitalism, let you fly first class. Oh, God, they're worse than Tim Pool. They're worse than Tim Pool. You dislike capitalism. Yet you participate in society. They're literally do we have the picture as a meme? Okay, this is one picture, but this isn't the picture I was thinking of. Where's the you live in a society yet you participate in it? There we go. Yeah, this. It's all this. Huh. You claim not to like capitalism. Wait, does this guy think that first class is more capitalism than back class? In fact, if anything, oh, he posted that one as a parody account? Ah, okay. Wait, or is it? Yang Gang pro censorship. Okay, this seems like a meme account. Okay, we'll retract our complaints about this specific poster. Though I must admit, I am on the fence. But Tim, you don't pontificate about evils of personal wealth and climate change. You do not advocate for massive wealth redistribution, and you are not promising to give everything away for free. Bernie flying first class or flying at all. Literally flying at all. They think that you can't believe. This is how fucking soup brain these people are. You think you can't advocate for higher taxes and use planes at the same time. These people, they're insane. They actually believe this. The evils of personal wealth, which Bernie has never done, and climate change. I mean, climate change is kind of bad. Like, I don't know. There are probably a lot of climate change deniers in Tim Pool's community. It wouldn't surprise me if Tim Pool himself was a climate change denier. You do not advocate for massive wealth distribution. You're not promising to give everything away for free. I don't know what's being promised to give away for free except for healthcare. Bernie flying first guy flying. What? Flying at all? What? You can't. This is literally. Oh, huh. You want to raise taxes on the wealthy? Huh. Okay. Hope you enjoyed flying while you still had it, buddy. What the fuck do they mean? Bernie's rules don't apply to Bernie? What rules? This is insane. I think you're missing the point here. The issue is that Bernie rails against things like flying first class. No, he hasn't. He's never done that. Where? Find me a speech where Bernie has said that flying first class, when you fly first class, you use the same amount of CO2 as flying in economy. It's the same amount of weight you're putting on the fucking plane. It's the same. The plane flies either way, whether you fly in the back or the front. It's still a fucking trillion-pound plane moving across the planet. It's the same. What the fuck do you mean? These people are crazy. I'm once again asking you for your free drink vouchers. Okay, that's a little funny. I believe the point still stands. This is a luxury not otherwise afforded to the workers. He continually claims to decide that. What does he mean? What does Bernie, like, they actually think, this is what they actually believe, that Bernie Sanders advocates for this. What was that book that was written by fucking Kurt Vonnegut, or where everyone is exactly the same and it was meant as a caricature of what reactionaries believe, like left-leaning people are? Does anyone know that book? You know what I'm talking about? It was written by Kurt Vonnegut, or maybe it was George Orwell, and it was like a satire of what people thought leftism was. Harrison Bergeson, yeah. These people think they live in fucking Harrison Bergeson world. Yes, Bernie advocates for the workers. For too long, we have the working class, the working families in this country have been exploited by the billionaire class. And what they hear is nobody should ever be able to fly first class. Everyone should be served their daily ration of gruel at 6 a.m. and 7 p.m. exactly at their local station. Bread lines will be open every other day, except for the fourth Tuesday of each month. That's what they hear. These people are so fucking paranoid of any, and you know, the worst part is most of these people are probably poor. Most of these people would probably stand to benefit substantially from Bernie's policies. And they actually believe, they genuinely believe that advocating for higher taxes for the wealthy means all workers get designated airline seat in super economy class. This is workers' paradise. Everyone gets thrown into bin jumble at bottom of plane. No one gets to use first class. It is kept untouched and unused at the front of the plane as ceremonial place to hate the privilege of the dirty capitalists. But this is what they believe. These are all the liked comments. I'm not digging through like random. These are the liked comments. These aren't getting ratioed. Work. His back must be killing him from a lifetime of toil. Bernie Sanders is like 100. Well, for one, this is like irrelevant. For two, he's like 100. And for three, he's working fucking nonstop. Bernie is legitimately working harder than this fucking dude has ever worked in his entire life, okay? Look at this guy. See this? He looks like every fucking ANCAP in a car. Every fucking ANCAP car selfie. The fucking beard, the hat, the sunglasses. What a fucking bathroom selfie. Fucking rape face on this dude. This dude, conspicuous consumption. This dude has never worked a fucking day in his life, okay? I guarantee it, all right? He just gets back dividends from fucking from like all the hush money, okay? That he got after the fucking sexual assault case, okay? These people are I'm sorry, listen, it sounds parasocial or whatever. Bernie Sanders is working very fucking hard, okay? Did you see he has an SS dude in his images? Does he? Damn. What are you up to, my dude? Can you imagine the psyche of, let's see, abortion bill, finish the job, spike in pill consumption, no sane person can sleep at night knowing they killed a human being. Yes. Now, I don't know, and I don't care, because this person, unlike Bernie Sanders, is irrelevant. Then not only do I want free healthcare, I want free first-class tickets. It's a human right. Why are these people so fucking spiteful? He's a presidential candidate. He's just trying to fly around. He's just trying to fly around. These people, like, they'll just anything. They could find that Bernie Sanders paid an extra 30 cents to get fucking chocolate shavings sprinkled on his fucking coffee at Starbucks. And they'll go, well, now I want chocolate shavings. Little hypocritical. Like, holy fucking shit, my dude. These people are desperate. I'm sorry, this is about the hypocrisy. Remember, remember, folks, remember. This is the lesson I leave all of you with, okay, from this. Anytime you see a bunch of conservatives who literally can't make an argument to save their lives, but only can sort of vaguely gesticulate at hypocrisy, that's all they can do. These people are cretins. They are simpletons. Their fridge temp IQ is maybe more comparable to freezer temp, and it means they have nothing. They have absolutely nothing. It's a 2-year-old picture. It doesn't matter. Whether or not the picture of Bernie Sanders is old is completely irrelevant to the whether or not it's first class or business class is completely irrelevant. This is an environment where Tim Pool of all people got to be the smartest man. This doesn't make your argument valid, but if 4 people fit in a scale 6... Oh yeah, the existence of first class will take up more carbon because you're not able to pack as many people into a relatively smaller space. Or to a relatively larger, like, space with fewer seats. But that seat would exist whether or not Bernie Sanders chose to fly in the back or fly in the front. It's irrelevant to his impact on climate change. It has no impact whatsoever. Anyway, yeah, Bernie Sanders. I'm sorry. Tim Pool got to be the smartest guy in the room this time.